2 players, 2 teams, 1 burning question. Who's the real game changer? Who's the best setter in Division I men's volleyball this year? In this video, we ask that question, present all the facts, and let you decide who is the best setter in volleyball. Let's get right into it. If you clicked on this video, there's a good chance that you know these 2 guys on the screen. Andrew Rowan, AVCA first team All-American last year, 2-time national champion, leader of the UCLA Bruins, and since the moment he stepped foot onto the campus in California at UCLA, he was instantly in contention for one of the best setters in the country, with arguably one of the best setters already in the same gym in Miles Partain at that very time. He stepped in and showed what he can do on the biggest stage, leading his team to a national championship as a freshman. That is pretty remarkable. On the other side, you have Simeon Nikolov, 17-year-old phenom from Bulgaria, following in his brother Alex's footsteps, going to Long Beach State, the Alan Knipe-led beach team, for his first year in NCAA volleyball. He has a pedigree of success, winning best setter, best server in the European under 21 and under 19 championships as a 16 and 17-year-old. So this guy is also extremely talented and has all the accolades. He's played in VNL. You guys have seen him dominate at that level. So here are your 2 guys. You got Andrew Rowan, you have Simeon Nikolov, the 2 biggest powerhouses in all of Division I men's volleyball. They met last year in the national championship where UCLA claimed the title, back-to-back champions. Now, let's compare the players a little bit. All right, let's break down what each of them do well from 3 categories. Number 1, serving. Andrew Rowan, an elite server, was top 15 in the country last year and serves with 40 aces, and we know what he can do at the service line. He's a potent serve, gets a lot of good depth in his serve, and I think he's a guy that can go back there and rip off 3 or 4 aces in a match and really be a difference maker at the service line for the Bruins. But Nikolov, as I said in the previous video, chartered a 79 mile per hour serve already in preseason, won 2 best server awards in the European Championships. He can rip the ball harder than anyone. So are we talking about speed here? Are we talking about fluidity in their serve? You have 2 A+ quality servers here. I think that I'll give the little bit of an edge to Nikolov, because I think when you're approaching 80 miles an hour, I think it's no shock if he gets plus 55 aces this year. Just from a pure speed standpoint, that is a fastball, an Aroldis Chapman fastball at that. He's got that serving count numbered. When it comes to defense, I think, Nikolov's 6'9", he's a threat at the net. He is a force defensively blocking. I think Rowan might have a little bit of an edge defensively as a defender, but these guys are in the top 5% defensively in both blocking and defense. So I think I'll give the slight edge blocking to Nikolov. I might give the slight edge defensively in the back row to Rowan, but again, we're splitting hairs here. We're talking about 2 elite level players defensively, 6'6" and 6'9". They both have the physicality and size, so pretty close at that metric as well. The last one we have is setting, and a lot of evaluation we do for setters is on hitting percentage. How well are your hitters siding out? Andrew Rowan demonstrated his ability to do that at an elite level, hitting 382 his freshman year, 372 his sophomore year at UCLA. I know he has elite hitters, but when you watch him set the ball, when you watch him open up one-on-ones for his teammates, you see why he is praised so much as a great setter. He doesn't miss a lot, and he doesn't make bad decisions really at all. So his setting is elite. And then you look at Nikolov, and he's also an elite setter too. I mean, when you're starting for your national team at 17, there's a reason for that other than just size. He is capable. He sets with tremendous speed, especially to the right side, which is something I think is going to be his go-to guy this year in Skylar Varga. Now, when looking at the two on film, I've seen Nikolov perform at an incredibly high level, but I've also seen him have some down games more than I have Rowan. And you have to consider the fact that he's a 16, 17-year-old still learning the game, still coming into his own and getting to his best level. So I might give a little bit of an edge as a true setter to Rowan in that category. But looking at these three things, serving, setting, and defense, they all do it exceptionally well. They both can do whatever they want out there, and they both are going to set their team up for success just about on every single play. When we break down the teams, so you have UCLA, the Bruins, you have Long Beach State, we're talking about number 1 and number 2 here. It's just a matter of who do you think is better on that given day, because coming into this season, that's how it is, that's how it's going to be, and I don't think there are a lot of outcomes where it doesn't play out that way, leading to a final of these two teams. If I'm placing a parlay down on two teams to make the final today, I'm putting the bank on these two teams so long as they are in separate sides of the bracket headed into the NCAA tournament. Now, UCLA won back-to-back championships, but if we look at recent history, going back to 2012, no team has three-peated. We've had back-to-back champions going back to 2012, but we haven't had anyone win that third championship. Can the Bruins be the team to do it this year? You lose Champlin, you lose McHenry, two first team All-Americans, but they still have an incredible core of guys like I've talked about: Rama, David, Rowan, McQuaid, Cameron Thorne. And obviously you have to incorporate the fact that they have a new coach in place, Johnny Hawks, who was their assistant from 2015 to 2012. No more Sparrow in the room. Sparrow has a pedigree of winning championships and getting the job done. I think Johnny Hawks brings a new spark to that team, definitely a new perspective. He did well at Loyola in his time there, and they had a great offense running while he was head coaching there. But you have to wonder how a significant coaching change like this affects their team from a lot of different perspectives. On the flip side, you got Long Beach State. Alan Knipe still at the helm. Does a phenomenal job of recruiting, better than anyone. And I think Sparrow has won the U.S. market for recruits, and I think Knipe has done a great job of capturing the international market. I mean, he's basically handpicking the Bulgarian National Team with Bushkov and Nikolov and these guys, and they bring back Siapanis, McRaven, and Varga, and I think they have the core when you add Nikolov into that mix of being a number 1, number 2 team in the country. I don't know who's got the leg up. We'll see what happens once games start to roll around in January. But these are two elite setters. Also got to shout out my guy, C. Bassani, St. James kid here from Bethesda, Maryland. Played locally in the area, so shout out to you on the roster. Excited to see him get some more time this year and build his way into that roster on Long Beach. These are two elite teams. I see it coming down to them too. And getting back to the video here, two elite setters, right? Who can lead their team to that NCAA championship is going to be the question. We know what happened last year. Andrew Rowan put on an absolute display in the finals, 46 assists, 289 as a team, hitting in the finals against Long Beach. But Nikolov brings a unique wrinkle to this team. I think he's one of the best in the business. I think he's probably the best player in Division I men's volleyball this year. Who is going to be the better setter this year and lead their team to a championship? That's the question I'm going to pose for you guys. Love to hear your thoughts on who you think is the better setter, who you think is the better athlete. I think from a pure athlete perspective, I think it's clear. Nikolov is 6'9". He's a freak. He hits the ball like no one else. He's got that athletic edge. But I think Rowan brings a lot of things as a setter from just a pure setter standpoint that might be a little bit better than Nikolov. Now, these are just my opinions, but if you lay out the facts, lay out the stats, lay out the qualifications, lay out their styles, who do you guys think is better? Who do you guys think is going to lead their team to the end this year? And if not these two teams, and who else is going to be sitting in Columbus for the NCAA tournament in May. Let's dialogue, let's talk about it, and keep this conversation going as we get ready for this season. I can't wait for another season of Division I men's volleyball. If you're not tuning into this playlist already, I'm going to be commenting, analyzing, and documenting this whole season from beginning to end. So follow along as we get into it. But that's all I got for this one. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.